4, 3, 2, 1.
Move. On. No, you move.
This, OP is a gay f***it.
Then don't cry that Valve isn't releasing content for a 15-year-old game.
We're complaining Valve has not made the game in a playable state yet. Milk's key and hat sales. If the ice cream stand is closed down, I'm not going to complain I can't get ice cream. When I have paid $5 for a waffle cone however, suddenly I have the right to complain.
Give me a game as good as, no fuck that, half as good as TF2 is, and I will.
I won't play your flavor of the month battle royale game.
Just now getting to play Man vs. Machine since I realize as an adult I have spare money to throw at Man Up tours. They're easier than what I remember the intermediate missions were like a decade ago. I really missed the boat on that one, didn't I?
I didn't miss much.
Why is the cart not moving?
These pointless voice lines have gotten me killed way more than they should have while playing Spy, along with the spawn wall hacks.
The cart is supposed to move forward!
Make me f***ola.
Put dispenser here.
Alrighty then.
Give me a suitable replacement. No, Overwatch, Valorant and such aren't suitable, they're sad imitations.
They're not even imitations. Overwatch is a MOBA, but in first person, and Valorant is a Counter-Strike clone.
Gotta move that gear up! Got him! You and me, hoss. Sentry, go, damn it, gotta move that gear. This thing ain't on autopilot, damn it, gotta move that gear. Hold it down, don't touch that sentry, damn it, gotta move that gear. That's why I ain't on our gear. Get down, damn it, gotta move that gear.
TF2 will unironically defend this.
Get on point, stupid!
Stand on the freaking
Stand
point,
on the point, you
maggots!
Did I get it?
Not many people realize just how much cancer Valve is responsible for. Half-Life invented the scripted corridor, Half-Life invented the walkie-talkie, TF2 invented loot boxes, Steam invented always online DRM, Gabe invented being a fat fuck.
Always online DRM, but you can play games offline. What does this mean?
If Half-Life didn't do it, someone was going to come up with a filler corridor between loading zones, story dialogue, etc.
Stop consuming this product and consume our paws to the bone and catering to the stupid mass products. Die.
Bots are starting to get fucked and are crying about it. Nah, I just wish it decided already. It's not dead, it's not alive, but 100% is pissing me off with its inability to decide.
What is it about TF2 that sends retards into a frothing rage at the mere sight of it? You have the schizos on here presumably refreshing the catalog to post their epic pastas/bait. Then you have even bigger schizos that built entire bot farms just to try and stop people from playing. Yet after 5 fucking years of unrelenting shit they all just ended up wasting their time. What possesses a man to hold a grudge like this?
Some people are only capable of destruction. They cannot truly create. So when they see a great creation they are offended and try to tear it down. Overwatch is a testament to this. More effort spent advertising and stealing TF2's player base than actually making a functional game. They blatantly, and poorly, rip off aspects of the game that was popular enough to inspire them to create a competitor, while insulting it and denigrating it. They wonder why they are unable to faithfully emulate what made it successful as they are trapped denying it was ever good, so they can feel better about their own failure.
To what, you fucking f***it?
Overwatch, LMAO.
I'd rather die.
Giving any amount of money to Activision Blizzard. How about you move on from this life into the afterlife instead?
Can't believe they made a game based on porn.
When Valve makes Team Fortress 3, I did. To Team Fortress 2 Classic.
Post hours.
Nice numbers.
Idolasan, I kneel. Post-kill cams.
The world will thank me for this. You screwed up now, Ganon. I'm coming for you, wizard. What's this now? Put this. Professor.
My head! I toiled in God's domain!
I'm coming for you. Oh no.
Let's go!
Oh, that is beautiful. Big fuck. I am going to throw my crap at you.
Get killed, end up laughing because 8 out of 10 times the killcam is hilarious. There will never be another game like Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2 managed to solve the gamer rage problem 15 years ago. Meanwhile, every new game has just made it worse.
Domination system practically exists to piss people off for no reason, so nah.
I thought I cropped that. Oops, those aren't all my hours for Battlegrounds. Some are my brother's.
I'd kill myself if I played 1,000th of the amount of PUBG you have accumulated. Jesus Christ.
30 hours isn't an appropriate time of something happening to you to want to kill yourself anon. Please see a doctor. That's a very unhealthy mindset to have.
Honestly, I find the fact that TF2 is the only game with a dedicated group of people trying desperately to kill it must mean it truly has something special about it. No other game has people desperately trying to convince its player base to play any other game. Like, sure, player base sniping to benefit your own game is understandable, but just chilling against a game just out of spite, not to mention building entire botnets to attack its servers in ways from aimbots to DDoS. Truly, TF2's superiority has led to some controversy.
I don't think TF2 is the only game with that kind of group. However, it is the only game I'm aware of that a dedicated group of people are able to inflict that kind of harm because of Linux being used as the main OS for the official casual servers.
TF2 is simply the best game in its genre and has to do nothing to retain players besides exist. Meanwhile, all these mega million-dollar AAA games hemorrhage players because they're not fun for very long. TF2 is also one of the last multiplayer games to exist where you can call someone no words online and not get your life/account ruined.
Do you think the bot crisis came from a place of hatred and disdain, or cold mechanical calculation?
First one.
Dill the Sentry. Go do something else. Come back. There's another NG Sentry right next to it. This game has been out for a literal eon, and yet these people still exist.
Try to look up TF2 engineer urinal to find that comic of an engineer walking right up next to another engineer. Just get the photo of a urinal with a picture of the engineer over it that just says go ahead. P.
Oh my god.
I found this.
When your explosive diarrhea covers the B in the urinal.
The Omegatronic bots now have names like It's Not Over Yet and now tell people to press F1/F2 whenever a vote is called. The bot owners are fucking pathetic now that Valve actually wiped out like 30% of them.
They've said press F1/2 for a while, but when there's only one of them on the server and you haven't seen another one in like 3 games, it looks even more pathetic than it did before. Whatever the fuck Valve did apparently worked, at least well enough to make the game bearable more than half the time like it was before.
We're healing, fellas. Doom has blown the fuck out.
I'd move on if all multiplayer games after it weren't either dead or shit.
Bro, just move on. Playing new games is such worthless sentiment, and yet some people unironically carry it. Like, if it annoys you that people want games to be supported and playable beyond their popular lifespans, just like don't look, go to a different page, close your eyes. It has no practical effect on you at all beside vague annoyance that people feel that way. It should be standard for multiplayer games to have features that allow their multiplayer modes to be experienced after official support dies. It's stupid that you can't. Video games are a more popular form than TV or film, and yet nobody can be fucked to care about preserving them. In TF2's case in particular, they also actively update the game with shit for you to buy, so it's not like they've abandoned the game and are being forced to care.
Agreed, but I think more so the annoyance at outspokenness of things like Save TF2 that get people mad rather than actual dislike of the game. Same thing with Smash Melee, honestly, similar situation in terms of dev support and public image.
Melee is the best Smash of them all, and the vehement anger people have towards the game is simply hilarious.
He unironically pushes the cart on Hightower.
Always. I have a game to play.
The absolute hell that was trying to complete the Hightower contract from Jungle Inferno.
Yes, seeing you zoom seethe as I win the game is like a second victory. My brothers.
Bots have been reduced to begging people to stop playing TF2 as they get instantly kicked LMAO.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
Other teams' Heavy is somehow never dead.
Heavy turn 180 degree every time you try to backstab him.
Turn around to find a medkit because I'm injured and running away from enemies. Spy has just uncloaked behind me because I was distracted by his teammates. Shoot his kunai-wielding ass in the face with a shotgun and he instantly dies and cartwheels into a wall.
Other teams' snipers are never dead, that one infuriates me more, so now I'm forced to be sniper number 4 and be the one to actually do something.
Pick game up after 2 years and after hearing the bots were castrated. Be gaming. Some guy uses an Eterna wing, spend next hour as a posed zombie scout sneaking up on people and spamming the brain's voice line. Most video fun I've had in years.
We're running out of Eterna Weens because Valve gutted present spawns and they aren't on the drop table for contract completion or Halloween transmutes.
I'm still fucking mad about Valve gutting present spawns. Implementing loot boxes into the actual game part of the game was fucking genius.
I'm just mad they got rid of the spell potions in the process. I miss the voice changers.
Oh, don't fucking remind me. The competitive community tried to argue that voice-changing cosmetics would somehow decide an entire game, and the c***s that ran the price sheets demanded they don't drop anymore because it would ruin the value for their items they threw spells on.
Sweaty comp players and traders ruin a good thing, a story as old as time itself.
No more spells, no more Eternaween, still no regular strangers for the new weapons introduced in Jungle Inferno.
Afraid to ask, but what makes this game so timeless?
Art style, gameplay, mods. No other game like it.
I've said this before, but no other multiplayer game covers the entire spectrum of serious and goofy play quite like TF2. It has something for everyone. I mean, have there been any multiplayer FPS released after it that don't have a clear focus on competitive play? I know that's an instant turn off for me.
It feels like TF2 has gotten only worse rather than better over the years. But I don't want to move on from it because it's still such a wonderful game.
Is the bot problem solved?
Yeah, it's solved, but it isn't any less annoying.
Thank God. Thanks, Anon. I'm looking forward to playing again.
TF2 is never gonna die.
Better than me, you're not a thing.
Ha! Cheers, mate! Hey, go to hell and tell the devil I'm coming for him next!